Hello, friends. How are you today? Steve from South Dakota. Um, I guess I don't know if I'll talk about the New World Order, the vaccine, the mark of the beast, and I smile just because I think people think I talk too much about it, but yet it's so in our face, and it's so much an indicator that we are literally in the last of the last of the last of the last of the last days. So it's hard to let go of that, just as they don't want to let go of the false narrative either. So I guess I'm like to think of myself as, and others, obviously there are many others like me that, although we wish there were more, that are saying, they're trying to set up the antithesis to the this lying narrative that's just incredible. But it's all a part of the process of fulfilling biblical prophecy. But anyway, so I'll leave that aside. There's the story. I'm just going to read here. I had taken a picture of my camera. I don't know how else to do these things, but there's a story of a blind man. He was born blind. He was healed by Jesus on the Sabbath day, okay? To the Pharisees and scribes, and these were the religious leaders of that day, this was a no-no. You didn't work on Sunday. You didn't, just didn't do these things. And I love the Bible because when you get into the Word, especially in the four Gospels, Jesus confronts the authorities again and again and again, and his words for them were not kind in terms of how we would think of being kind today. He called them hypocrites, black sepulchres, vipers, all words I'd like to use for the people that are running the world right now, and again, working this false narrative to deceive people. So this blind man said to the religious leaders, the Pharisees and scribes, he said, since the world began, it was not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind. And Jesus did that, okay, on the Sabbath day. If this man were not of God, he could do nothing. I mean, those two sentences right there, that's it. That's what it's all about. They, the Pharisees, answered to the blind man and said to him, thou wast altogether born in sins, and do you teach us? And they cast him out. These are the religious people. These are the ones that were supposed to be the teachers of the things of God, okay? These were the law keepers, okay? These were the ones that were supposed to lead Israel, the nation, because it was a nation chosen by God to be a light to the nations, okay? And these were the leaders of that very nation. And after that man's beautiful, simple testimony of having been healed by Jesus, they cast him out. It reminds me when Jesus announced basically that he was the Messiah and read out of the book of Isaiah in the synagogue, and they gnashed their teeth at him. They threw him out of church. I call it church. Threw him out of church, took him to the hillside, wanted to throw him over, but it wasn't Jesus' time, obviously, so they weren't able to do it. I love how God just protected him in that moment, because otherwise he would have been a goner. So it gets better. Listen to this. So Jesus heard that they had cast him out, the blind man, and when he had found him, he said to him, dost thou believe on the Son of God? Okay. And he answered and said, well, who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? Who is he? And Jesus said unto him, thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. In other words, it's me. Imagine being that blind man. I'm starting to get a little weepy here. I just do on these things. I love the truth, and I love these great stories. And Jesus said unto him, thou hast both seen, and he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshiped him. End of story. This is what I am looking for today, are people like the blind man that who don't have a pot to piss in. Of course, he now had the gift of sight, worth more than all the money in the world, obviously, especially to him. But looking for people that are like, okay, the world is stupid, it's crazy, I don't want to be a part of this, but how do I get out of the world? Is there a God? Who is Jesus? Why am I here? What's the meaning of life? Those are the people that have a chance to get saved. And just like this guy, I mean, he saw that what Jesus did. He's not listening to the religious leaders and authorities. You're not letting them tell him what he saw and heard and felt and was the experienced, right? I mean, he had a. This is what I invite everybody is to have your personal experience with Jesus Christ. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to your best friend, your parents, your pastor, whatever. Go to the Word of God and ask God to speak to you. And if you are not playing games with Him, He will do that. I'm going to make another video about this, which ties in with this idea that in the Bible, and it's a wonderful news for losers like me, that it's the losers and the outcast and the people that we look down our nose at on a daily basis. These are the people that God uses, friends. Don't forget that. Steve from South Dakota, join me again. Thank you.